Alright, this is Chris with Casual EDH, not to be confused with competitive EDH, because that's the joke. This will be my 5th video, opening up Dominaria United set boosters. I just took out one box, 5 packs for video. Sorry, 6 packs for video. Wow. 5th video, 6 packs. I apologize. I can't count. And if you watch my other videos, you also know that I can't read, so I really don't know what I'm doing. Alright, so jokes aside, one thing to keep in mind if you do open up Dominaria right now is that the prices and stuff are just abysmal. Like, this set is just not doing so well. So you're basically opening up cards to hold on to later to hope that they do better. And most things will age a bit better than when they first come out, because right now there's a glut of cards. Everyone's done their openings, and now there's just all these cards sitting in the market waiting to be sold. So things will get a little bit better. But even with that kind of, market history going on, it's not looking good, really, unless I get a Shielder in this pack, which I'm really hoping I do. Not this pack, but this box. I'm probably not even going to get my money back on these, so regardless of what you think of my voice or the way I do things or how I talk about the cards, just be kind to me, because just know I'm losing money on this. Alright, so, Tired Apparition. Don't have anything to say about these. That's always a good start. So, what we got here? I don't think I've actually seen a Balmor yet. Who's he? Flying. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, creatures you control get +1/+0 and gain trample to end turn. So, he's a spell slinger that pumps up creatures. So, I guess if you use spells to make tokens, and then you play other spells, just zip through them, you can buff them up a little bit. You can actually get a double buff on something like Riel. Because you cast a spell, she gets +1/+0 and trample, which is one of the things you want to give her. You want to give her trample. It's one of the mechanics you want to give her. So she gets +1/+0 because you cast a spell, and then it goes to the graveyard, and then she gets another +1/+0 because it's in the graveyard. So, yeah, that's actually could be useful. I wouldn't use him as commander, but I think for a Riel deck, I'd put him in the 99. Rulik Mon's Warren Chief. Top card alert, it's a land card you may put on the battlefield tapped. If you didn't, create a 1/1 red golem token. And the problem is he's green. There's so many good mono red commanders, I wouldn't run this. And since he's green, you can't even run him in a deck with them. You could probably have a fun low power deck for sure. My preferred games are in the 6 to 9 range. No joke intended. I don't like CEDH, like the top tier CEDH. I just like to have at least one deck that can kind of sit with them if they needed to. So I have a couple of decks that are in the 9 range, but mostly I like to play in the 6, 7, 8 range. This is a little bit too low for the tables I like to sit at. But I could have fun making a deck. I could brew this and put up online, just let someone else who might enjoy the deck more. There's a lot of decks I prefer building than playing. And I have a feeling this would be one of them. Leyline Binding. Leyline Binding is one of the cards that's actually going to make me a little bit of money after this video, because it's going to go right up on eBay. So thank you for making this box at least worth $10. And Aaron Benali's Ruin. Alright. Leyline Binding, I probably wouldn't use in Commander. By the way, that's really, right now it's a modern card, and I kind of agree with that. I think it's pretty good for modern and standard. I don't think it's going to be good for Commander long term. This is the Spell Thief. I forget her name. Something Spell Thief. She's a beautiful card. Same with the Plains. That's a very beautiful Plains, especially the Angel Feathers and everything. Hey, Idyllic Beachfront. I like that land cycle, and you can't tell me it's terrible. I mean, you can, and I'll agree with you, but for what it is and what it says on the tin, it's good. Every time I see Stronghold Arena, I keep thinking Phyrexian Arena, right? So I kind of want it to be like that. They're nothing even remotely similar. But I keep seeing it, and I keep hoping it's something like Phyrexian Arena. Which Phyrexian Arena has also been power crept quite a bit, but still it's an alright card, especially in some decks specifically. Enchantment matters, decks that have black, it matters more, but this one is less so. I mean, it is kind of like a Timmy, like a Dark Confidant. Is he Timmy? I don't remember. Anyway, it's kind of like a Dark Confidant on enchantment that you can gain a little bit of life when it comes into play, but now you're also stuck in you know, black, green, white, which I think is a fantastic color combination. It's just find a commander that's really worth playing in those color combination. And the problem is the commanders that I would play in that color combination, this isn't going to work for, because I'm playing it mostly for aristocrats. And right now, the only one I'm running is Nethroi. Although I have in the past run the one from the original commander decks, the Carador, Ghost Chieftain. I really want to see a different Defiler. I've seen one Vigor and two Dreams in this box, and I really want to see one of the other ones. I like the Defilers. I think they're all good. I think Vigor is the best, and I think actually the market, if you're talking financial value, agrees with me. But all of them are good. Anything that can let you cheat on colored mana is going to be good. And the fact that it have other effects for when you do that cheating is also really good. Oh, that's pretty. Look at that. I don't know what card that is, but it is pretty. I feel like I see Vanquisher's Axe every pack. I know it's just because it's one of those cards that just pops out to me, because the color scheme for this set seems to be kind of dark, and this is a really bright card, so it just always pops out. It's not good. I just want something to talk about, really. I mean, what's the point? You're sitting here. Why is this over there? What am I doing? I messed up my piles. Great, just call me Rudy. Jeez. Wait, no. So wait, where did I put the commons and uncommons from the last pack? You know what? That's my problem for later. So we're going there. Alright, so Wrath, Rada, Llanowar, Green Widow. Okay, so it has a way to get itself back on the field. Another one of those. Man, I just really like the art on some of these cards. It's a really nice dragon. I talked about it before, but I really like the Relic of Legends. Basically, I don't like a lot of the 3-mana tap for any color rocks, but this one does have tap and untap legendary creature you control, add one of any mana color, 1 mana of any color. You can do that multiple times a turn. You don't have to tap the relic for it. You can tap a summon second creature, because it's this tapping them, not their own effect. There's a lot of good reasons. So, a lot of good things about this card. So, if you're going to run a 3-mana mana rock, this is probably going to be the one, especially if you're running a lot of legends in your deck. So just keep that in mind. Every time I see this card, I think it's Nicol Bolas. Tell me if I'm wrong. Defiler of Flesh. I did ask for another one, Defiler, so here we go. I think black is actually probably the one that needs it the least, to be completely honest, because you also have Krix on a Yawgmoth that was printed a little bit ago. So you have other cards that kind of do the same thing, but I do really enjoy that they made one for each color, and this is a really solid include anyway. The fact that its bonus is just to give something +1/+1 and menace until end of turn is kind of meh. But still, that's one that you're using it solely to give other black cards Phyrexian mana. You're not using it for its secondary effect. Guys, I just trapped a pack. Dropped it around the floor. All the cards are now heavy play, which is unfortunate because it looks like it has a list card in it. That's an interesting signature. That's an interesting art. I don't remember it being on a good card, but you know. Sometimes you just got to enjoy the... Oh, okay. Witch's Eye, not a big deal. Flowstone Combo, not a big deal. Tatiova, not a big deal. I like Vesuve and Duplimancy. Ugh, okay. So it kind of gives like an Orvar All-Form effect. Yeah, I mean, this is great. If you're going to start targeting your stuff with spells, you know, you can get copies of it. Nothing wrong with that. I really like the card. Actually, who was it? I was talking about earlier. Balmor. So if you do cantrips that target things with him, and you target creatures. You make copies of the creature that you can then buff up with future casts of the spell. And actually, that's a triggered effect, so you can stack the trigger. So even so basically, you cast a spell, target a creature, you can make the copy, and then it gets the +1/+0 because you can stack the triggers. Creatures you control get yeah, that's a trigger. So you stack the triggers. So that's pretty good. That's making me see. Sometimes you just gotta get the oil going, right? Get the grease going. All right, I have one more pack to get me a card that's actually worth money, or else I lost out on the box. But you know what? I still had fun opening up the cards and talking about them. And then I can lose all the enjoyment from that by reading YouTube comments, I'm pretty sure, but we'll find out. It's probably the closest I'm going to get to Shieldred. It's just a card that says Shieldred on it. Rona Shieldred's Faithful. Archangel of Wrath, which we already... Oh. The box somehow knew I hate these cards. So it gave me a foil one as my last card of the box. It knew. Someone at Wizards just trolled me and they didn't even know it. Disappointed. Alright, well, it is what it is. You know what? I don't even like this card, so sure. Let's see. What have I got? There, if I ever hit it famous, someone can look back and go, they got the card that made me lose the will to live for the rest of the day. Like, so much so that I'm just going to go and take a nap. Foil Carplucent Force with my signature on it. Who cares? Someone at Wizards does, I'm sure. Alright, not to be Debbie Downer. I think that was probably the most ironic way that could have ended. So I'm just going to pack up my cards and call it a day. If you've watched these 5 videos, I thank you very much for supporting me. I hope that this is a good start to everything. And yeah, y'all have a good one. Thank you.